Hi, this is Peter from Koffeeone, www.koffeeone.com.au. Welcome to our videos. Today I'm going to talk to you about how you purchase your machine from Koffeeone. We can offer you 3 or 4 different styles. The traditional way is, of course, you just purchase, which means you negotiate a price with us. We then raise you an invoice and you pay us. You can also go down the road of financing. You can enter into a Chattel Mortgage, which means your funder will buy the machine off us and place you into a loan with them where at the end of that loan you would own the machine. You can also enter into just a straight finance lease with a funder. It's the same arrangement. The funder buys the machine off us and then leases to you. Normally when they lease them to you, they will negotiate at the start of the contract whether you wish to have a balloon at the end. What a balloon means, it's just a payment at the end. So you might negotiate to pay 70% under finance, which means you'll rent or lease the 70% over a period of time, say 3 years. And at the end of the 3 years, you'll pay the other 30% as a balloon to that funder to take ownership of the machine. There is also another finance instrument called an operating lease finance, which is a straight rental as such from a finance company. Now, at the end, you never own that piece of equipment, so the funder will assess you to see if you'll comply and if you're financially able to meet their requirements to go into a funding situation like that. Now, both those instruments I've just talked about, because the economy is quite tough, the funders will want to see your financial situation. So they will certainly be looking to possibly have a look at the last couple of years' tax returns. If you haven't been trading 2 years, well, of course, that'll make it a little bit more difficult. And they'll also want to look at your balance sheet. Because if you're a small business and you're on cash flow accounting, you won't have your liabilities showing on your balance sheet. So in other words, if you've got a contract for rent, for a building, or a car on finance, that won't be sitting on your balance sheet because you're only acting as like I said, as a cash flow. So they'll ask for a separate asset and liability sheet. So we'll fill out and you'll give them a list of all your assets and everything you owe. From there, they take that information and they assess you. Firstly, to see if your business is stable and it's been a long term and is viable and profitable. But secondly, they need to make sure you can certainly pay the fee each month you've entered into. With Koffeeone, we are straight rental, so we prefer ourselves to rent directly to you, the customer. And the reason we do that, because we want to give you total control over your equipment and over your own finances and how you manage your machine. So what that basically means is you would come to us, we would take some minor details off you, take obviously your name, your ABN, your company details, the director's name, and of course we do like to know if you own property. We'll take that information then, which is, like I said, it's about 5 minutes for you to fill out, and we'll do a quick search on your ABN to just make sure what you've told us is correct. We will then go forward and raise an agreement for you. Normally we take our rentals over 36 months, but you can go to 48 or 60 if you wish. Now basically what actually happens is we will raise the agreement, I said, and we'll send it to you by DocuSign and you sign. Now the great thing is that you can then budget exactly what you'll be paying each month. Also, you get to choose what piece of equipment you would like at the start. So you're in control of the equipment you like and the equipment you want. And that way, by renting straight from us too, you also give yourself completely control over your cafe or your business, because you don't have to worry about what if the roasters provide the machine, which I'll speak about in a moment, what coffee you have to consume. Now, if you're going to a roaster, it's pretty traditionally known that a roaster will offer you a package called free on loan. Now, if you've been in business for a while, you're aware that nothing in business is free. Yes, we can certainly offer promotional gear and discounts and incentives, but that's not free, of course. In business, everything's paid for in the price of the equipment or in the purchase, because the supplier does have to make a profit. So consequently, if you enter into a free on loan arrangement, what that would mean is the roaster will provide a piece of equipment of their choosing, because they'll have arrangement in place with the machine supplier. And then you enter into a 2 or 3 year or whatever period the roaster feels they want to sign you up for. And they also give you a minimum amount of coffee you must purchase per week at a rate. So just for an example, say you might be locked into, say, $35 a kilo for 10 kilos of coffee for an entry-level machine, and so on. Now, what that basically means is the roaster has factored the cost of that equipment and the profit off that coffee to amortize and cover the cost of that equipment. So as you can see, nothing's free. So they will then, along the way, could be quite challenging. If you don't find you're not buying the 15 kilos or the 10 kilos a week and you're only using 7 or 6, you're still obligated to pay for that extra kilos of coffee. Now, like you said, so you've already factored that in. So it can be quite challenging. You can find yourself either with a lot of coffee in your storeroom, or you can find yourself really blowing out in costs, which you can't budget for, because if you don't know what your consumption is going to be every week, then it's difficult to know what that machine and that coffee is going to cost you. At least with a straight rental from us, you've got exactly set in the price of the coffee machine per week, and you can control the amount of coffee you're purchasing. Also, it gives you the freedom you're in control of your cafe. So for some reason your customers don't like the coffee you're providing, and their coffee experience is not of a high enough standard for them, or they're not getting a great experience. If you're locked into a free loan, it makes it difficult for you to then change, because the roaster that's supplying you the coffee, they're not going to let you go early or let you break that contract, because of course they're going to have a huge loss. They've factored that coffee's going to pay for that machine over that period of time. That's why we've sort of gone into renting directly to you. And then you can, like I said, you can choose the roaster and you can choose how you control. So you're in control of your cafe. The coffee brand's not in control of your cafe. Also, with our rentals, you'll get full warranty and preventive maintenance for the period of time you rent. So if you took a rental over, say, 36 months, you'll get 36 months warranty on that piece of equipment and preventive maintenance. Now, we've gone down that path because we want you to be able to budget. We want you to be confident that you're not going to get any surprise in 12 or 18 months' time, that all of a sudden the machine breaks down and you're up for a sizable bill to fix it. Now, with the other leasing from a finance company or from brokers, you'll only get the warranty that the supplier or the importer or manufacturer is offered. So if it's a 1-year warranty and you've got a 3-year lease with a funder, you'll only get the 1-year warranty, and outside that you'll have to pay. So you're still paying similar payments to what we're charging, and you've got to look after the machine yourself. Now, with the free loans, that's usually similar. Some roasters may supply the preventive maintenance if you're consuming a large amount of coffee, but if you're a smaller enterprise, you will find you may have to pay for the repairs and the preventive maintenance as you go along as part of the arrangement. So the roaster will lock you on the agreement. They'll make it a part of the condition of that agreement that you do preventive maintenance and maintenance along the way. So like I said, so Koffeeone, we really are dedicated to just really providing machinery for you in the cafe to give you total control. And so, because it's in our interest to help you, and we really do. See, Koffeeone's dedicated to making sure you, the cafe owner, can maximise your profit. Because we all know in the hospitality industry, it's tough. It's not an easy thing running a cafe, and costs are quite significant. And so, it's really important that you get the equipment you want and the coffee you want, so as your customers get the very, very best experience. Because the competition's quite severe, and you don't want to be held back by having a machine you don't like, or a machine that you're not happy with, or a coffee bean that you don't like, or more point, that your customers don't like. So with us, like I said, it's a simple 5-minute to fill out the form you send to us. We then send you a contract with DocuSign. It all comes part of the installation. It's all covered in the rental. So we'll send you a spec sheet to make sure your premises are prepared for the utilities, the water and the power and the waste. Once that's in place, our technician will come. When our technician comes and installs the machine, they also leave you their contact details, because we prefer that you be able to contact that technician if you do have challenges with your machine. You don't want to be calling us and we give you a third-party referral, or you call the roaster, he's then got to go to a technical company. We want you to go straight to the source, because we are very conscious if your machine's not working correctly, you're losing income. So we focus on the income stream for you rather than the fact of the cost of the repairs. If you go down another another option where you buy the machine, or you're getting it free, or you've done funding. It's not even necessarily the cost of the repairs. It's the fact that you're not making income while that machine's not operating. So we understand that, and we really work very, very hard to get your machine going as fast as we can, because we understand if the machine's not working, you're not making profit, customers are being turned away, and they may not come back. It's much more difficult to get a new customer than it is to hang on to the one you've got. And for some reason, those customers leave you. It's very, very challenging. So if you're looking to upgrade or you want a new machine, Koffeeone's here to help you, and we really would look forward to your inquiries. Currently, we work very, very closely with San Remo, and so they have a really wide range of machineries, from small establishments right through to large and what we would call specialty roasters or specialty cafes. So their range is the San Remo Zoe, which is an entry-level machine. Then you go to the mid-range, where they have the F18 model. Now that comes in both single boiler and multi-boiler, depending on your requirements and what you're trying to achieve. And then, of course, they have the Cafe Racer at the top end. So there's a nice clean range there for all size businesses and for all your requirements. So my name's Peter. If you're looking to contact us, like I said, we're www.koffeeone, so that's spelled KOFFEEONE.com. And to email us, you can email us sales@koffeeone.com.au, or you can call us directly on 02 9818 4677, and our PBX will actually transfer that number straight to a salesperson. So you won't be calling up and getting a press 1, press 2, press 3, or the salesman will call you back. You'll go directly to a salesman in your area. Or if there's no one in your area, it will come through to our office, which is through to my mobile, because we focus on, if you've taken the time and the effort to call us or contact us, we think it's only respectful and polite that we call you as quick as we can. I mean, you don't want to be calling us up and then we call you in 2 or 3 days. I mean, that's quite disrespectful. And if we're that tardy at the start, then it's a good chance you'll be tardy all the way through. So from the time you contact us to the time our relationship ends, we want to make sure we're the very, very best supplier for you. And we want to have a close relationship so you can have a good equipment and making profit, and your customers that come into your store get a very, very nice experience. So I hope that's been helpful. And like I said, if you're looking to enter into a new machine anytime soon, you can certainly call us. Thank you very much, and I wish you well.